Family member pensions will eventually have these 4 ETFs in them, but not right now. If you look at this, the Lixor-Misky World ETF. Now, this is the one where so many people on social media will go, why don't you just buy the World ETF? Was that a good impression? And the reason is twofold. First of all, as you can see, there are prolonged periods, like 2 years of no returns. Now, why are the reasons people, even with a good product like this, mess up their investments? 1, panic. 2, boredom. It's going to be one of those 2 reasons, right? You can give them the goose that lays the golden egg, they'll still mess it up out of panic or boredom. So there are periods of prolonged nothingness. Well, that's boredom, and they'll jump out. So for all those social media types going, oh, why don't you just buy this? Well, because boredom will kill people during that period. Then there's panic, as has happened recently. Now, the reason I wouldn't want to buy this right now is medium and short-term prices are falling and set to fall and probably result in something that we saw in 2022 and 2023. So thank you very much, but no thank you. Okay, so whilst it will eventually be there and take me from 30,000 back to 36,000, which means I'll get my 20% gain at least, okay, at least in that in due course. It won't be right now. How do I monitor if short and medium term prices are falling? Well, there's a little lovely line down there. If that blue line's falling, I certainly don't want to be getting in. Very simple. Same thing with the US Quality Dividend Growth ETF. Oh, Alpesh, it looks absolutely lovely. Yes, it is. But for low volatility, which means few drawdowns which are short in duration and quick recoveries, that's what low risk is. Drawdowns, i.e. falls, are short in duration. Okay, let me show you. Save this video, by the way. You'll want this for the rest of your life. Short in duration and quick recoveries. So the duration's long, not very long to recover, and the falls are short. Now, that is a mark of low volatility. This is about a 4% volatility, by the way. Now, fallen off a cliff. I won't get in right now because that's 4,000. That's 3,000, 3-ish. There's about a 25% embedded in there, but not when that's happening, because when that happens, this tends to be giving you next to nothing. So in the future, I'll get my 25% of low volatility, but not right now. Similarly with this, okay, when it's falling off a cliff, i.e. average and short-term prices are falling, I don't want to be in because those are prolonged periods of boredom and of panic. That's the panic stage. That's the boredom stage, okay? Now, what happens in between? Well, what isn't boredom or panic is things going up. So not yet, but this will definitely be the case. USA multi-factor UCITS, and finally the S&P 500 minimum volatility. Minimum volatility? Are you kidding me? 8,000 to 7,000 in the space of 2 months alone in this environment. Well, as long as that's falling, I do not want to be in, but there will be a time when I will. How far is it going to fall? When will that be? No. If you try to forecast more things unnecessarily, like when will it bottom? How long will it take? How far will it fall? Then you are foolishly trying to make life harder for yourself and decreasing the probabilities ever of getting anything right. All we're looking for is this to rise. When? I don't know. How far will it fall beforehand? I don't know. How far will it rise afterwards? I don't know. I don't care. All I care about is if that's rising, it tends to be pretty good, tends to make money. That's it. End of story. Have a look at the links in the bio on alpeshpatel.com/links if you want free resources to improve your pension, learn how to better to invest. My campaign for $1million.com is to teach 1 million people how to be better investors and add an extra $1 million to their pensions across their lifetimes. Check them both out. You will be absolutely thrilled for doing so. Thank you.